Good morning students. In the previous video we have already started our fifth lesson of science, that is separation of substances. Now in this video we are going to study about different methods of separation. So let's begin with our presentation. Every day you separate a number of substances from their mixtures. We will look at some of the examples. So, every morning when your mother makes tea, they use the strainer. Strainer, that means channi. They use this strainer before pouring the tea in the cup. You have seen this, you must have seen this. Why your mother is doing this? Because they are separating the tea liquid from the tea leaves. They are separating a useful components because we drink tea from a non-useful component, that means tea leaves. Okay, so this was the first example of separation where we have separated useful components from non-useful component. We will now look at some more examples. Have you seen this at your home? Just continuous stirring of curd, which is also known as churning of curd. Why do we do this? Because we get makhan and lassi by continuous stirring of curd. So, this separation is being done to separate two useful components. We use both makhan as well as lassi. Okay, now see the next example. This example you have studied in your chapter 3, Fiber to Fabric. I hope you remember it. What is cotton ginning? A process in which cotton fiber is separated from cotton seed. So, this process or this cotton ginning is also a separation process. We separating cotton fiber from cotton seeds. Okay, now see the next example. This is a bowl of salad and your mother wants you to eat all the vegetables. But if there are some vegetables which would you don't like, what would you do? You will pick up those vegetables which is don't like and you will eat rest of them. Okay. So what have you done? You have separated non-tasty food from tasty food. So this is also a separation. Okay. So now we have look at number of example where we do separation in our everyday life. We have separated or we have also understood there are many reasons for which this separation is done. So we will now look at the reasons in broad. Okay, now let's move forward. Why do we separate substances? So see the first point, to separate harmful substances from a mixture. For example, separating stones, insects from pulses or rice. Second point, to separate non-useful substances from a mixture. For example, straining tea leaves from tea. Third point, we also separate two useful components if we want to use them separately. For example, separating lassi and butter by churning curd. Okay, so these are the reasons why we separate the substances. Okay, now we will study about different methods of separation. There are various methods by which separation can be done and you have to study all of them. Okay, so separation of solids from other solids. The first method of separation is separating the solid from other solid. In that, the first method is hand picking. Now what is this? These are rice grains with some impurities. Now to remove these impurities, what you will do? That's why quite simple. You will just pick up this impurity with your hand. You have seen your mother doing this almost every day. So this is called hand picking. When you have separating two components by your hand, the process is called hand picking. So here pulses or rice have impurities such as stones, dirt, insects or other grains. So remove stones, dirt, insects, other grains with your hand, and the process is called hand picking. So see the definition. Hand picking, it is a separation method used to remove the unwanted or harmful substances from a mixture by using hand. Okay, so this is about the hand picking method. Now answer this question. Can hand picking be used to separate all substances from a mixture? Can you separate salt and sugar mixture by using hand picking method? The answer is obviously no. You will not be able to separate salt and sugar by hand picking. Why? Because these two components or the two components that are mixed here are very small in size, and it is practically impossible to separate by hands. Now we know when handpicking can be used. The first point is size of impure substance is large. Okay. And second one is quantity of impure substance is less. Then only we can use the handpicking method. Are you getting this? Now next method is threshing. Threshing is the process of separating grain from the harvested stalks. After harvesting the wheat and rice crops, the grains are separated from the stalks. This is done by threshing. It can be done by manually beating the dry stalks on the ground or a hard surface. You can see in the picture, to shake off the dried grains. Okay, stalks are beaten manually. With the help of hand, they can beat the stalks of wheat plant on the hard surface. Okay, so that the grains are shake off because of the beating the stalks. Okay, and they are separated. Then trampling them under the feet of animals like bullocks or by using threshing machine. Okay, so this is the method of threshing. Now next method is winnowing. In threshing we have separated grains from the stalk, but can you see that these grains are covered with brown covering? This brown covering is called as husk, and we don't eat this husk. We actually eat the grains which is inside this husk or inside the this brown covering. Okay, so by the process of winnowing, we separate grains from the husk, and that husk is a lighter particle or lighter which is very light compared to the grain. The grains we eat and the husk is used as a fooder. Okay, so we will understand winnowing with the help of this diagram. Here you can see a woman who is standing on a raised platform. Now suppose wind is blowing in this direction. Okay, so wind is blowing in this direction. So what this woman is doing? She is standing on the raised platform. Okay, here she is standing and she is holding this container in a tilted position, and she is allowing these grains to fall down Now what will happen? Wind is blowing in this direction. So what will happen? The lighter particles, that means husk, will be carried away by wind. Okay, these are the husk or the lighter particle. They are carried or blow away by wind. Okay, then and and the heavier particle, that means the grain, will settle down and can form heap. These are the grain or heavier particle. They are settled down and form heap like structure. Okay, then this method of separating grains from the husk is called winnowing. So this is about the winnowing. Okay, now winnowing, see the definition. Winnowing is a method of separation used to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind or blowing air. And this method is used by farmer to separate husk from grains. Okay. Now next method is sieving. You have seen your mother doing this almost every day before she makes chapati for you. So, sieving is a simple technique for separating particles of different sizes. You can see in the first picture. Suppose your mother is sieving this atta, so the fine particle of atta will pass through this sieve, and any impurities which is larger than this size of atta will remain on the sieve. Okay, so this separated with the help of sieving method. And in the next picture, um it is commonly used in the construction site. Okay, they are separating the sand from the, or they are separating the stone from the stand. Okay, and in the third, the sieve is being used to separate soil from larger stone particle. So this is the method of sieving. Sieving is a simple technique for separating particles of different sizes. Sieving is used when components of a mixture have different sizes. Okay, now see the next method, magnetic separation. Some substances are attracted by a magnet, so that substances are called magnetic substances. In a mixture where one of the component is magnetic in nature and the other is non-magnetic, then the components can be separated by using a magnet. For example, iron is magnetic while sand is non-magnetic. So, we can use a magnet to separate iron fillings mixed in sand. The iron fillings get attracted toward the magnet and stick to it while the sand particles are left behind. So, this is the method of magnetic separation. Okay, so these are the some methods of separating solid from other solid. Okay, in the next video we will learn or discuss about separation of solids from liquid. Okay, thank you.